So there must be a point in your life where it went from life experience to career. So what caused that transition?
Oh, that was a shocker in itself. I was a furniture manufacturer, and this is the same time where Ron came into my life. The guy was talking me into becoming a medium. I was in the business of myself, and I was making good income, but Spirit kept coming in between. It says, time to go full-time. You can't just do this part-time. Once you do this full-time, you let go of your company. And I was really adamant, like, no, I'm not going to do it. And I got hurt. I don't know, they just said to me, we'll see. And I got hurt, and I hurt my back to the point where I couldn't walk. I was actually going to end up in a wheelchair for about a month and a half. And
wow.
I was paralyzed on my back for a good month. Like I said, my right and left leg could not move. It was like it was just stopped. And I actually literally had to get my balance because I couldn't lay my legs flat. They had to be upright, so I had a milk crate under my legs, and so I can sleep. And it was really horrible. And I know I needed back surgery, and the hospital said to me that it would be about 6 months to a year for waiting. And there's no way I can wait for 6 months. There's no way. But I was still adamant trying to keep my company going. My wife was working so hard trying to keep it running while I was in bed, and it was hard on her. And so one night I just said, okay guys, in spirit I said, okay, I'll do it, I'll go full time, but get me to the hospital, get this thing fixed. That morning that night when I said it, the next morning, early 8 o'clock, I got a phone call from the hospital and said they had a cancellation. Would I want to come in and have the surgery done? Yes. I came in there. I was there in there at 9, surgery by 11, and I was on my feet by 2 o'clock. And as if nothing ever happened. Walking up and downstairs, nothing ever happened. So to fix my back.
Wow.
So I feel that Spirit has a way of intervention.
You obviously have an angel looking out for you.
Yeah, but they're making darn sure, I think what it is, and I asked them, I said, why do you guys do this to people? And they say, well, what we do for you, we want you to do something for us. And I feel that my job is actually to give back for what they've done for me. So it's a lot of fun. It's a journey in itself.
Of course it is.
And I mean, you come across all time. I mean, it's not easy being a psychic. It is not easy being a psychic. Because you will
probably
get people,
have a lot more information coming at you than most people do.
Well, I think it happens to almost everybody, but everybody has different ways of dealing with it. Myself, it was a challenge in its own, where people actually, even they criticize you. They'll say, well, how come you can't read my mind? Well, psychics don't read minds. That's somebody else's work. Psychics are not known to read minds, but we will tell them something about something specific that was. I came up with an idea called a snap reading, which I would snap my finger and tell them something like real quick, and it's like I say to this people in spirit, and it's not really where most people think that that you have to do all these famous introductions to spirit and please me helping all this and the whole 9 yards. What spirit does is they're just people like us, and they help us from the other side, and they like having fun. They're entertainers themselves, and so if there's seriousness in it somehow, they'll show seriousness. But they rather entertain you and to have fun with you, because not of you but with you. And why they do that is because they enjoy giving back the love and giving back the message in return, and they want to help a lot of people. So they're actually telling us that life continues on, and not to worry about what's happening on the other side. And people also say, well, I'm going to talk to my dead family. They get really upset when you say that, because they'll say they're not dead, we are. So it's funny.
That's funny. So the other question I wanted to ask you was, now, psychics, mediums, we hear the words out there a lot.
Yeah.
We have internet psychics, we have Skype psychics,
here
we have psychics that charge a little bit, we have psychics that charge a lot. There's a whole genre out there. labeled psychic, but there's all these variations of what people are doing out there. If you were part of the audience and you wanted to know, you know, who do I trust? Who do I go to? How do I decide?
Well, that's your own
what
intuition.
Would you? Well, there you go.
That's your intuition. Your intuition has to kick in. If you feel that you are led to that person as getting a reading from, then you know you see them. But
and
if you
think, and I would think you wouldn't ask, you wouldn't question, then you just follow your intuition.
Follow your gut feeling, because that's what we all have, is a gut feeling. But sometimes people get pressured by that person across the room. I've had situations where I was walking in this building or mall, and there are these group of gypsy people that were running a psychic fair. And this one particular woman kept handing out her cards, and she was like, "Come here, come here. I got a message for you. Come here, come here. I got a message for you." And I realized that that's not the one you want, because they're trying to get you to come in to them. That means that they're starving for money. It's not the idea of interest in giving you a message. They're trying to pull you in. And if you feel that you're, you know, feel guilty that you should be there, it's not for you. Never should be. No one should really pressure you to get a reading. It should be when you feel you're ready for it.
Oh, that's good to know.
And even the word readings are interesting, because it's like a message from Spirit that will bring peace of mind. And whether it's all to do with your personal life, it could be all to do with your financial issues or relationships. That's pretty well mostly what the whole subject is about, is the three individual things: is money, where am I going to go for my future, my job, my children, you know, my house, so to speak. Even relationships, and everyone, I pretty well would say everyone has an issue with a relationship. And whether it's all to do with the good guy or the bad guy, or the good girl, the bad girl, it still would work itself okay. But people have to be patient and not expect everything to happen all at once. They have to work day to day, and they have to make the intention of their life. Psychics are not always supposed to be their teacher all the time.
What you're trying to say is psychics aren't fortune tellers.
No, we're not fortune tellers. And that actually, again, it's something from the past that society called them fortune tellers, and that was from the old gypsy belief system. They'll tell you their fortune. Well, I don't call myself fortune teller, never will. Actually, it's disrespectful to all the psychics. But if anybody still uses that word fortune teller, I wouldn't even trust them. You know, that's no, not my favorite word.